Hello, slot car drag racing fans. This is the continuing build of, this is the part 3 of the build of my slot car drag racing track, cars, and the Drag It Anywhere system. Keeping the cost down, I bought the number 2 unit. This is a stand-alone system where you don't need a PC. And I thought it would benefit me, lower the cost, keep it very simple. You know, I'm just an amateur. Anyway, I got it on dragitanywhere.com. This is the setup guide, and they have plenty of products. This is their address, and there's Todd's phone number there, 435-472-4205 in Utah. This is the main timing unit. You will need one of these, probably the most expensive thing, and I believe it, now today, it's in April at $325. You go through this thing. I called up Todd. He went ahead and set me in the right direction. And as you can see, the 1,000-foot 8th mile and 60-foot left lane and right lane, they've all been plugged. But you do have on the left there for your display unit, your DC power that comes with the kit. And let's see, we have the finish. This is for the right lane. You have the stage sensor, pre-stage sensor, and then also on the other side over here, right, you have an item for the keypad. The keypad, basically what it is, it's a separate unit, and it's optional. Handheld starter keypad plugs into the main DIA unit on the right side, and you can get the cable, I believe it's 5 feet long. That's separate if you want it. Please refer to the instructions that it comes with, and you can check it out online on dragitanywhere.com. And this is the other side for the left lane. He's done the same thing. And you have a hookup for the tree, your pre-stage, stage, and your finish, and also one for the printer. And let me see if I can pronounce this right. That's a fitting plug-in for the Arduino. It's a little hard to pronounce. Again, the USB port for the Arduino. It's separate also, so if you want it, you can see it on the screen, PC, and you have to buy the cable, and you can just go online, set it up. My option was not to get that. With a 12-volt DC power supply, cuts it down to 5 volts DC. Comes with your pre-stage, stage, and your end of the track finish sensors. Very simple. And this gets hooked up. This is one of your, let's see if I can figure this one out. Todd wrote on there, this is your pre-stage sensor. Take a closer look at that. This will get screwed up underneath the track. You got to go ahead and make a hole for that sensor. And right there. Also comes with a thermal printer and an extra roll of print paper. This is the No Prep RC Quick Racing Display, and shows, well, the win lights if you win. Opted not to get the N-Track display because they're a little costly and can be a little complicated to hook up, but hey, with a little bit of money and cash, buy one. Comes with a Christmas tree. When you order, Todd will go ahead and call you and ask you what size do you want, what color you want, NHRA, etc., and it's plugged in behind into the DIA tree shield. One for your right lane, one for your left lane. And then this piece here, you have another connector that goes to the DIA unit. Comes with plenty of instructions. Todd will send you everything that you need. Look on the site. If you can't find what you're looking for, or you're having a problem hooking things up, Todd will walk you through it. He won't yell at you. And this is the track and all the program devices. And like I said, I didn't order the finish line LED readout, so, and plus I didn't order these other sensors here. So you got a lot. Also on the back of this, we have the racing scales. Shows you where to place the sensors. Here's for the full, your pre-stage, then your stage, the standard 7-inch. Then if you drop down, I probably won't race somewhere around here, 187th. I'm only going to use like 16 feet of this 24-foot track. But these are where you'd place the sensors, and it shows you everything. Read it, you understand it, go through it. Don't be afraid to ask some questions. So I decided to go ahead and test all the sensors and the controller before installation. To get started, I used a Pine 3/4 inch board and used a 1/4 inch Forstner drill bit, made it cleaner cut. I don't want to force that down there because the sensor's down there. Anyway, went ahead and made the pre-stage, stage, and the finish, and some small wood screws to hold the sensors up underneath. Yes, it was a learning curve to learn this program, but Todd put everything in as I needed, and he put the 16-foot, he configured that into the machine. And plug it in, check everything, go ahead and set it up. It shows here, drag, of course, and you can toggle between the drag and laps, but we'll go to drag. This is already set to Pro Stock on a 400 light. 2 drivers, class Pro Stock, Pro Light, 400. Bracket, no. Read the instructions on this. This is where I got confused. Todd had set it at 16 foot, and you see 0.1, that's 0.1 of an inch. If you want to change that, you can use the toggle buttons here to change that. Again, Todd had set this up for my track, 16 foot. The track on the first increment is 0.1, and we could change it to 16.1, but we don't need to. So if we go on to the next scale here by pushing the power button here, we go to 1 foot. 1 foot. You could change it to 16, 17, 18, or even 15, 14. But we're going to leave it at that. The next button will be the 10-foot marker. You could change it to 26 feet or even 26, 36, 46. And if you hit it again, it changes to 100 feet. You could change it to 116 feet. You get the gist? And so Todd put the setback at 15, and it's just arbitrary, so you have to set it according to your track. Setback is new to me, so if you want the clarity of it, you can ask Todd at dragitanywhere.com, and he'll be glad to tell you. And I'm just going to go ahead and read it right out of the folder here. Sensor locations and mile per hour /kph. You must place your sensors on the correct position and distance on your track. The chart below shows the distance from the finish line to the 1,000-foot position known as a speed trap area, and that will capture your car's speed at the finish. We look at the scale provided. Here we use an example of the 164th car. The 164th scale car with a 20.62 foot track length, you need to set the 1,000-foot sensor 5 feet back from the finish line. If you only use the stage to finish, sensors then DIA will use the mile per hour equals ET/distance. If your sensors are incorrectly placed, your mile per hour /kph will be off. Then my unorthodox track, using a 125th scale car, but I'm going to have to use around the 187th scale. On this scale here, it says 3.67, and your track length 15.172, and mine is a 16-footer. So I will go ahead and use the 3.67. Just looking at this, I can't set it to 3.67, so it'll have to be 3.6. Let's take a look. So we set this. Okay, let's get it down to, hit the power button here. 1 foot. Let's see if this will bring it down. Yeah, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. And there, that's what we need. We don't need to set it any further. So it looks like we're good to go there. Let's hit the power button here. And it'll ask you save the configuration. Yes. So we'll go ahead and use a paint stir to activate the light tree. Okay. Pre-stage, and set that again to this. It says get ready, go. The car's moving along up to the finish line. Oh, left lane wins. Some lousy reaction time. ET 4631, etc., etc., etc. It works. Setting up the Christmas tree, I went ahead and drilled the center piece of the track out using a 1-inch hole saw, 26 inches from the stage to the tree. And in doing so, I chose the 1-inch hole saw because of the RJ45 connectors. It'll be good enough to go ahead and send it through this hole here. Did an experiment with the 1 1/4, and that left it as a huge gap. We'll see. You got a huge gap between the outside and the inside. And so I used this piece here and cut it down to 1 inch, and where it just fits inside there, it's a nice fit, and elongated this piece here for the 3/16 inch wire to go through. I haven't cut this yet, but this will be mounted up underneath. This is one of my old Home Depot paint sticks. It'll be mounted up underneath, and this piece here will be elongated in case you ever need to have this unit repaired, taken out, or moved, or whatever. Put it in just for demonstration purposes only. All you have to do is use your number 3 screws, wood screws into here. Of course, it's not painted. It will be. Looks pretty good though. This is a picture of my combination square, making sure the drilling operation is square and true. Using a magnet on the square to hold it still while drilling the holes for the pre-stage and stage photoelectric cells. I am using a 1/4 inch Forstner drill bit. It's a cleaner cut than the regular drill bit. I know it's kind of hard to see. Laying down, marking down the initial safety lanes. Using the masking tape to get ready to paint the white outside, I guess you might say safety lanes. Laying down the tape for the center safety lanes. It's coming. Getting ready to go ahead and put the finish line sensors in, and you see that hole right there. It actually takes like a number 2 wood screw right here, and I'm using a number, let's check it out. I'm going to start with 52. It says use 50, but I'm going to use 52 to make sure it's a little tight. That's a number 52 wire gauge drill bit. So I'm not using an electric drill, but I'm using the handheld because it is so delicate and I don't want to bend it or break it. So this will be good enough. And I'm drilling into the birch wood, which is really hard. So it'll take a little bit of time. Moving into Bill's garage, aligning the front pins for Vic's 56 Chevy Bel Air. On the chassis shop, we made our after body pin holes both sides. We also made our parachute system, square tube, which can be removed. Underneath, showing that small hole and our handmade nut and bolt setup. They can be attached or detached. All of our separate components for the parachute system. Of course, now it's non-functional, it's just for show. Victor would have been proud to see his 1956 Chevy Bel Air made into a 125th slot car drag car. Two clear coats, still waiting on some more decals, but we will run it for now. Welcome to my slot car drag racing track. We have two cars on the track right now. Ron's car in the left lane, his 1966 Chevy 2 Nova. In the right lane, we have Victor's 1956 Chevy Bel Air. Both cars are running 540 engines, but Victor is running alcohol. Well, let's get things started. We'll bring up Ron's car, put it into the staging lanes. And as we move forward, there's our tree. Captured the light. And he has hit the pre-stage. And let's see what we can do with Victor's car. Okay, he's moving along, getting it pre-staged. Let's take a look. See if we can get them both here. There we go. They're both pre-staged. Well, looks like we got a staging war going on. Well, someone's got to make their move. Oh, I see Ron moving up in his Nova. Oh, he's staged. How about Victor? There you go, he's staged. Before we go on, I just want to say both cars were under the fair stage rule when both cars will go to the pre-stage first, then stage. Okay, now for this match race. The best out of three. Victor has won one and Ron has won one. This will be the winner takes it all. Also in doing so, these cars are running so fast, I had to actually slow them down at the end. Let's go. All right, this is enough to make you get off the Deadwood. All right, slot car drag race fans, I really appreciate you watching. We got another one for the DIA unit. Stay tuned.